my name is Robert Mallon. Just got back from the beach last night. Want to tell you a little story, something that happened down there. I went down with my business partner and his wife, and then my wife also, and we did a little bit of work, and we had a whole lot of fun basically while we were down there. But one of our students had been in Sarasota, Florida for several weeks and was actually going back towards Idaho, which is where he lives, where his business is. And he had his wife and his 4-year-old little son with him. But they decided to stop by and stay with us for a couple of days. The next morning, they came in one evening. The next morning, about 10 o'clock or so, we were drinking coffee and we were talking with Scott about what's your next goal. And several months ago, we had done a training with him, kind of a coaching thing, about how important relationships are in your life and how they really bring so much joy and happiness to you. And we had divided it down into you have 3 different types of friends. You have what we call old friends. So old friends would be people maybe that you met in elementary school, but you've been friends for years and years and you just know these people and they're kind of always going to be around, but they just kind of float in and out of your life too. Then you have what we call maintenance friends. And I would say a maintenance friend is somebody that you know and you like, but you don't spend a lot of time with them, but maybe you run into them at the grocery stores or church or restaurants or things like that. And you want to keep the relationship going, but they're going to be around, okay? Then you have what we call treasured friends. And they actually say that the average person in the United States has 1.3 best friends. I don't understand that 0.3 thing, but anyway, think about what if you could have 5 best friends, or 4 or 6 or whatever, but why not have more? Because they're such joy. They bring so much value to your life. But anyway, we had talked about that, and I had told him that several years ago, I determined 5 men who I considered treasured friends. And I called each one of them, basically told them that I loved them and that we were, whether they liked it or not, we were going to be best friends for the rest of our lives until one of us passed away. And it was very proactive what I did there. They loved that idea. And so we talk about doing life together until we're in our 80s or 90s or whatever it might be. But what Scott said, he's a younger man, he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to actually, by June 30th, I'm going to determine 4 people that I want to have as treasured friends, and I'm going to have the conversation with them about that. And I just thought, what a wonderful, wonderful thing to invest like that. Now, at the end of that conversation, Bill was going to do a little bit more work, and my wife and Bill's wife, Donna, and I were just going to walk down the street a little bit, do a little bit of shopping, and come back. We came back about 30 or 40 minutes later. What we found out was Scott had gone down to the pool with his little boy and his wife. And while he was down there, he got a telephone call. 3 of his friends had just passed away in an airplane crash. And devastating news. Devastating news. So he'll never be able to say goodbye to those men. And these were people that he knew quite well. So here's the whole point I want to bring up to you. Who are some treasured friends that you need to get in touch with? Maybe you haven't talked to them in a while, but people who you love. And maybe it's time for you to give them a call, tell them you love them, because life is very, very short and very fragile, and friendships are huge. And you might as well do something like that. Anyway, I don't mean to be a Debbie Downer here, and it probably sounds like I am, but it's just such an important thing to go after. Hope you have a great day. Consider those words, and we will see you sometime soon. Take care.